I'm Marion Ranchet. I'm the founder and managing director of the Local Act. It's a streaming video consultancy. So obviously fast is a big one for me, but not the only one. Number two would be AI. I think there's been a lot of discussion on, the impact it can have. I'm actually hoping that it could, boost creativity and, not destroy, any jobs or anything. And I think the last one is aggregation. It's getting harder and harder to, surface streamers within this ecosystem. And I think we're seeing folks like, Amazon or YouTube and the pay TV providers doing that job perfectly. And I think it's, very much needed. So I think number one would be monetization, right? Because I think we all know, how to get started in this business, but at the end of the day, you need to attract audiences to your channel, you need to market it, and you also need to monetize it. It needs to be this flywheel. You're not there just for the sake of it. And I think there's a lot of question mark on, how this is, doable outside of the US. So that would be my number one topic. And of course, just spending time with other industry folks and experts and, sharing as much knowledge as we can to the IBC attendees. So if we're talking about Europe, I would say with the pay TV providers and the broadcasters, I think Europe is showing a very different face when it comes to fast versus the US, where it's been mostly spurred by the connected TV space. These guys will play, a major role in the region too. But, pay TV is resilient in Europe. We're seeing folks like Virgin Media or Deutsche Telekom getting into the space. And, we're still watching a lot of linear TV, and broadcasters, do that perfectly. And so seeing folks like ITV or TF1 getting into fast and building from scratch those digital channels, I think it's fascinating, and we'll see a lot more of that. So don't judge me on this one. I'd love to have lunch with actually two actors, and not because I'm a big fan of these guys, personally, but more because these guys are great entrepreneurs and I would love to pick their brains. And it's Ryan Reynolds. He actually launched a fast channel, funnily enough. And the other one would be Mark Wahlberg. He's applying this theory of small bets. So he's investing in tons of different stuff. Yeah, I'd love to spend time with those two guys. From a fellow LinkedIn creator about business being like a marathon. It's not a sprint, and it applies to me personally as a small business owner. I started my company 18 months ago, but also for a lot of companies in our space where, a lot of people are having tough times. We're seeing a lot of, layoff within the industry. And so super important to kind of, center around your company and build that long-term vision. Being patient would be it. So I live in Amsterdam, and one of the reasons why I love IBC is that essentially it becomes London or New York for a few days, with everyone from, our media and entertainment industry rallying in the center of Amsterdam. And it's been great these last few years, always meeting, all their new friends, and of course, talking business. So really looking forward to this year's edition.